I'm live. I'm just waiting for. I'm live. Okay. Welcome to another episode of Ether's Brain 1000. Today's topic is here's the reasons why. So, there's so much going through my mind right now. First and foremost, before I go off into a whole little spiel, you know what would tick off a lot of people? White Americans and black Americans supporting each other. That would you want to see individuals irate? Be a white American in support of a black American. I'm going to need individuals when we talk about race relations to say black American because it's crucial. Because they pull the race card so much. And I imagine all Americans, all of us, is tired. You will have so many race baiting. And the typical black American, the ones that were born here, is like, whatever, man. The typical white Americans, the ones that are born here, are like, whatever. That would ruffle so many feathers. Black and white solidarity. People get in an uproar when someone does not make racist remarks that is of white skin. They're almost anticipating it. Let's see what we could formulate out of this conversation. I notice, right, the only time the original black Americans are talked about is when we don't show up for someone else. We're just sitting back like, okay, yeah, we know about slavery, okay. Yeah, we know about reparations, okay. We know about all of the so-called activity with the peace officers, okay. What next? It's like when you don't get the shock, the emotion from race baiting, everybody's like, what happened? Did people heal? You mean to tell me I missed it? You mean I can't use this for my benefit? Because now we're just all stunned. We're just looking. We're Y'all talk about me crashing out. It's so many like this is crash out 6 billion gazillion AB 10,000. It was what I'm saying here. I'm just at awe because it's like it's so much happening at once. You don't know where to start. And then the typical American period is just like, well, I just want a job. I just want a raise. I want my degree. And then you start going into this whole like twilight zone. Like, does the degree matter? Then, then they start talking about retirement and will you be able to benefit from Social Security as a such and such. And you're like, wait a minute, I'm slipping into darkness. I cannot, this is too much. Like, I'm doomed. Y'all are just telling me I'm doomed. Now it's like, you know what? I don't even want to identify as a color anymore. I just want to say I'm someone that is poor. I have the potential to be poor. So listen, you want to tick someone off today, say that you support a Black American, a traditional Black American, and see how pissed they get. You want to take someone off, say you support Trump today, and then duck as a Black, even if you don't, as a Black American, because, you're going to see people's true colors. Listen, I seen some stuff, and, you know, I'm not gonna say his name. Listen, he's the ones that I'm seeing, these shirts that I'm seeing. I'm like, okay, for me, because I'm not a member. I am not a subscriber of his channel, but I see a lot of his shorts. He highlights a woman that says she has 40 billion views and she's so appreciative. And I'm like, she full of crap. And she starts off with, I'm going to always be poor or broke or whatever, right? And she's like, well, I got all of these views, 40 billion views, and I still didn't make any money because the views are fake. Because the views are fake. Why can't what like I'm starting to believe that a whole bunch of people really believe that others are not seeing me. Because how, if you get 40 billion, 5 billion, million, whatever views, how are you not making, that's a viral video. That's super viral. So how are you not making a lot of money from that? Because the views are fake. That is the problem over there on Talkity Tick. That's why most of the content creators over there got their revenue slashed in half. It's not right. It's not rocket science. I'm going to need people to stop giving the textbook response. I seen another short. The lady was talking about her husband lost his job. A month later, the bills needed to be paid. And she said, if I pay the bills, are you going to pay me back? And his response was, why do I need to pay my wife back? For taking care of the household. And I'm like, you're right. If that's your wife, you're supposed to lean on each other. And the person that was narrating says something to the effect of, if you I'm so tired of this one, y'all. If you should have enough money saved so 1 month does not affect you. Money that is saved runs out. Why y'all acting like y'all can save so much money to take care of all of these bills? Like, I've listened to all of these textbook responses my entire life, and y'all are full of it. I've based my whole adulthood on someone else's textbook response that don't make no sense. Don't believe the hype. You must be living paycheck to paycheck. Who is not living paycheck to paycheck? Content creators. The ones that are getting 5,000 more views on their videos. I'm telling y'all the facts. If you get more than 5,000 views on your video and you're putting out five, even if you put 5 videos out in 5 days, you're going to receive a decent amount, more than the person working at a 9 to 5, okay, on an 8-hour, 9-hour shift. I'm giving y'all straight lace, no chaser. So if someone is saying, I am poor, I got a 40 billion views on the video and I'm still poor, it's because the views are fake. That's it. So now y'all know the problem over there. Everybody's reaching and reaching and reaching. Let me tell you something. God has came through with a rod. Okay? And now everyone understands that the fat on the meat is greasy. It's fat meat greasy. So if you are a vegan or a vegetarian, you are getting a real dose of fat right now. It's greasy. This is why so many individuals want to be content creators for the potential. But let me tell you, when God put that big Mac foot down on your neck, that means what you thought was unfathomable is now a reality. I'm telling you. Because everybody sits there and, well, I made $10,000, not me per se. I made $10,000 last month. If I could make 10,000 every month, right? What does that give you at the end of the year? Y'all need to start making it make sense. This is why everyone is like, hey, now we got corporate America that has all of these, platforms now. Listen, I'm from the era where they say you're not supposed to be on social media in certain positions. Now everybody on social media. We got doctors, lawyers. We got everybody. We got people that work in restaurants. I'm just gonna go live right here. Listen, I told you I'm the transition era. They said you're not supposed to do this. It's in the fine print when they hire you. But nobody see. Listen, they start not caring. This is what God do to you. He'll give you one of them good $50,000 checks, right? And you start saying, I don't need this job. They don't want to give me my paid time off anyway. I could be a content creator. Meanwhile, it's some content creator somewhere saying, I hope she say the wrong thing. And then all of a sudden, everybody's ringing that person's boss. Bling, 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 bling. Look at what Sassafras did online. Because they already know that the fat meat is greasy. Here's the reasons why. Everybody, they will opt, okay, to be content creators. Let's just have a whole world of content creators and everybody's watching everyone. Nobody's working a 9 to 5. At least for right now, because the whole world is in a disarray because of Trump, supposedly, right? Not because of the stuff we do, but it's the Trump fault. So, we're gonna put that out there. You know what I think? I think everyone is upset because Playboy Trump is actually a millionaire, and he was a millionaire before he even came into the office. Oh, that's gonna ruffle some feathers there. I said Playboy Trump. I am so tired. Like, I want, at this point, I just want to see real people. Before I get off, y'all, bravo to the tarot community that don't put sugar and spice and everything nice on their channel. And they're proud to let you see their actual count. Because word around the cosmos is the ones that have the low view count are the actual real readers. Because look, if you go to that little trend spot, right, you'll see 5,860. 500,890 views. And then you look in their environment and it looked like they're in a cabin. I'm going to need you all to understand that they are playing in your face. I said, I'm not the only one with a low view count. And the Big G said it's supposed to be like that. So who you gonna believe? Everybody running around here trying to act like their money ain't been cut in half. They working on their savings. Hey, look, 3 years from now, you're gonna be saying the same thing. Hey, listen, 3 years from now, you're gonna be saying the same. Hey, the savings done ran out. I still got all of these expenses. If I would have just did something a year ago, I wouldn't be in this position. Who gonna come up? The regular people? Because the regular people say, I cannot afford to put no sugar and spice on my channel. So if you gonna watch, you just gonna watch. If you don't, oh well. Because I'm hustling and bustling and I'm doing this, that, and the third. You know, right now, it's just a hobby. All the ones that have hobbies are going to be the ones that benefit from them. Now, look, if you happen to make 6 figures for 3 or more years, you kind of feel like it is solid. That, nothing is going to, even in a regular 9 to 5, you get comfortable. You start thinking, hey, as long as I show up, the money's going to be there. But what happens when you show up and the money ain't there still? That's what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I mean, entrepreneurs already know this. Sole proprietors, people that are in businesses for themselves, they show up and sometimes the money's not there. But you want to keep, hope alive. Right? The ones that say stuff like, you should have a healthy savings. You should have a healthy savings and you're living paycheck to paycheck, it is because they still got a healthy savings. I imagine when that savings go down, because now they believe that they're content creators, they're going to be saying, I should never said that. Because the Big G, God himself, has a way of humbling everyone. Look, I see some real straight lace, no chaser content. Dude say, most black people are already used to this. We know how to live paycheck to paycheck. We know how to survive in this, that, and the third. Hey, I'm the one that said, look, I sleep in my car with a smile on my face. Long as I'm able to pay it off, I'm still paying on the car. After having, look, let me tell y'all, look, I'm telling y'all, I told y'all I fell for the okie doke. Your credit score, my credit score was high. You know what I'm saying? It was high. It probably still is. I said, look, I'm about to put this. Yeah, I could go in there and drop these racks, but I'm about to put this. So I want to boost my credit score. Here it is. I think I still got a nice credit score with all this side stuff going on. We don't know what's happening with our name and social. But anyway, if I'm truly protected, Big G, I still have a decent credit score, but no money. So what I'm going to do? Even if you get a credit card, you still got to pay it. You got to pay it off. I was one of them. Instead of going in there and dropping them racks, I said, I'm about to build my credit. Is that a good thing? I mean, it depends on if you want to be a homeowner one day. When I figured out that, hey, I might not want to be a homeowner. Right now, I'm in limbo, y'all. Cause I'm saying, well, I didn't came to the realization that most people is purchasing homes so they can pass over in them, not necessarily pay them off. That this my era right here. We like, okay, God be with us. Look, we one guy said that's the benefit of being a homeowner. You can smoke in it. And then I said, are you sure? Because we got the HOA, you know, you cannot, hey, you can't smoke on earth. You cannot smoke on earth. What are you talking about? It is against the LAW to smoke on earth, even in your own home. What are you talking about? I'm talking about the facts of life. Everybody, people that's rational thinkers are sitting there saying, she right. But this is the breakthrough moment. This is when you start realizing that you don't give a GT, GO, I don't give, whatever, however you abbreviate it. You just got to be like, wait a minute. I think this is my life. You got to ask the big D, is this my life or is it your life? Because things is not right. Look, there's so many right now that feel like if I could just go back to my adolescent, go back to my parents' timeline, because it feels unfair to those around 50 and above. Why we gotta go through this? Well, we gotta open up the door. We just sitting here trying to wrap our thoughts around um, racism being non-existent. You start saying, wait a minute, we just evolved past the knowledge that it's a possibility that it's not existent, that they just use it to get a rise out of us. That's it. They just use it to get a rise out of us. Because if we look in the average home, it's so many different races in one person. Like, how you gonna be racist against yourself? You got a third of this, a fifth of that, 10th of that. It's like you don't even know what you are. Like you looking at somebody and saying, I don't like them. But it's a possibility I have a third of them inside of me. This is what the big G do. It is a form of saying you don't like yourself. So I imagine everybody that is a logical thinker is just gonna go throughout the day and just saying Ether is right. Because that tends to happen. You know. You know what? You know what is an eye-opening experience? When you get help from someone that you don't expect. That's an eye-opening experience. Right? You're just sitting there and all of a sudden someone says, here's $100. Here's a business card. Contact me. I have work for you. When you get help like that, is it something that is unfathomable? No. Because if God is truly working in your favor, the miraculous happen just like that. Because y'all cannot believe that I'm the only person that hears words from God. God will be talking to somebody and saying, hey, you need to do this. Let me tell you something. The majority of celebrities that are in y'all face right now have failed major tests because he didn't went and said, you need to do this. And they did the complete opposite. All of them. And it is because they have favor. They have friends. They have connections. And what they truly say is not what they truly do. You know what I'm talking about? They talk a good game. This is why it's so many of them in hearings. Because when God tell you to do something and you do the opposite, that means you're not a man or woman of faith. You're not God-fearing. So he has to teach you that you need to fear him because you didn't have too much favor. That's what happens when you have an abundance of money, opportunities. You start tend to thinking, you start to think that you don't need God. You're just gonna use him like they use the race card. I'm just gonna use it. I'm gonna get in front of everybody and say, God, Jesus, thank you for this, because it's a textbook response. Y'all do know that. It's a reason why you can't go into any notable establishment and start confessing to God. Y'all do know that, right? Because what if that person's God, that the name, because all y'all believe that God is someone else, first and foremost. He can speak any language. So it's like, I say that is one, universal life force source, a God of many names. But some people say no. My God is this color. My God is that color. My God is this. My God is that. My God is that. I say, my God, mine's is all colors. My God is all things. And because my God is all things, that means he's capable of doing and saying anything to anyone. If your God is not my God, then I don't know who you are talking to. Because my God is a God of many names. You understand that? So I want everyone to go about saying, I am not normal, and it's okay. Someone had the thought, right, that the average, what do I call this? It's a demeanor, it's a character, like a caricature of young people today, right? It's like it's like no matter no matter what nationality, no matter what color, it's a lot of uh mm, uh you know, no matter what. Somebody said, I think those are the regular humans because they kind of like have a ignorance about them. And everybody was like, yes, I think you're right. Because no one that has any type of intellect wants them to know they're talking. So they're just like, I agree. Because there's so many of them. You just like, we don't want them to hear us. Because the stuff that they say, they got to be something. You would think that it would be the other way around, right? Like, you would think that it would be us, but it's really them. Like, they are the regular, normal human. Wink, wink. They are not evolved. Don't say anything. Let's just go to work and act like they're normal human beings. Listen, I don't like hearing you should have a healthy savings, because when you have a healthy savings and you go through something for 3 or more years, that healthy savings is not there anymore. Y'all got to understand, can we get some solutions to some real problems? I want somebody that done already been through it and say, hey, look, I done had a healthy savings and this is what I did when I can we get some of that content? Because I'm so tired of you're living paycheck to paycheck. Duh, duh, duh. Who's not living paycheck to pay? Successful content creators, because everybody else is living paycheck to paycheck. More money, more problems, right? So you got a 9 to 5. The average person with a good paying job is anything over 50,000. You making anything over 50,000? To me, it is, okay, y'all. All right, just hear me out. You making anything over 50,000 a year? That's a successful job. Listen, and so they say, hey, somebody's just not realizing that it. Some people believe that the wave of that is over, and it's not. It's just changing. First, they got to get all of those that sugar and spice that are in agreement with taking from others to further themselves. They got to be put somewhere where they can experience that happening to them, because that's the only way they're going to learn. Got to put all of that over there, and then the decent human beings can figure out a way to make their world a better place. And they cannot come in. They cannot sit with us, because they're going to make things worse. There's something in between. There's something in between the distortion and the promised world, and that is Trump. He is the gatekeeper right there, right there. You're not coming. Here's the white line here, and after Trump, whoever comes in office, he gonna take his big toe and he gonna make that white line and say, "You're not coming over here." That is the gatekeeper of the world, the president. I said he is the gatekeeper from distortion to the promised world. He gonna make sure his big toe has put that line there, and if you cross it, something gonna happen. Because he didn't already said it. That is it.